What's up, y'all? Y'all thought y'all was gonna get rid of me. Y'all ain't getting rid of me. A lot's been going on in my real life, and apparently a lot's been going on in the real world. So Charlie Kirk is dead. Yeah, I really didn't even know who the guy was. I know the name, I know Turning Point. I'm not well versed in college level political activism like Steven Crowder back in the day. What's that guy doing these days? Where was he at? Where was he at the time of the shooting? Y'all find Crowder. Find Crowder, you'll find your killer. No, I'm just kidding. It's Friday morning for me. You're probably going to be seeing this on Monday morning. So we're going to have the whole weekend. So just know that when you see this, the weekend hasn't happened yet. So apparently on Friday morning they said they caught the guy. It was some wacko out in Utah. Apparently living at his rich family's house. I don't know. Probably a Mormon living out in Utah and they're rich. Fucking Mormons. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get rid of me. Dude, I love his fucking album. I love his fucking song. Morbid Shape in Black is like my fucking jam, dude. I remember hearing this back in the day when it first came out, and I got it because Relapse was pumping it up, and I liked a lot of stuff that Relapse was putting out. Got a cool biography in here. It's great. I get to hear from King Fowley in those days of cutting these albums and shit, which was awesome. If you ever get a chance to talk to him in real life, which I got to at Dead by Dog. King is a stand-up guy, really cool motherfucker, and will just talk to you about this kind of shit if you're interested. And I was very interested. Never saw Deceased or King Valley, except for meeting King at Dead by Dog. That was it. I never had seen him live. By the time they started playing Houston, I already left Houston. Then they were playing Nashville, and I was finding out about it a week afterwards. Motherfucker. But I got to talk to the dude, shake the dude's hand, just tell him Morbid Shape in Black, like literally, and this right here changed how I thought about metal. And this part is why. Get over here, Karen. That right there. King Valley knew. As soon as I walked up, I was like, hi, my name's, And he was like, King. And I'm like, yeah, Deceased. And he's like, yep. And I'm like, fucking Morbid Shape in Black, dude. Morbid Shape in Black. God. And he just had that, I'm aware. I know how good that song is. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it's spot on. That fucking sample. God. Fucking love this band. No, this band seriously changed how I thought about death metal and extreme metal. This album just completely like, oh, you can do this. I like Deceased. It was good to know that King was a stand-up guy, a cool guy, an approachable guy, and it seemed like grateful, like that he's still doing stuff and people still want to hear it and people still are interested. I'm sure that's a good feeling, knowing 30 years in and you're still. That track is still fucking banging. I mean, what's this fucking old that's still fucking banging? I mean, well, a lot of things, but what is it in non-metal? Like non-metal. What's non-metal this fucking old and still good? Not much. Metal's the only thing that lasts. All that other fake shit is just fake corporate bullshit. Bought and paid for. Yeah, metal's where the real shit is, y'all. And y'all know that. Man, a lot of comments, though. Thank you, all you guys who commented, like, don't leave, or whatever y'all were saying. Y'all were all very super sweet. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I was not quitting. Had no intentions of quitting. Just trying to think. And then as soon as I'm like, man, I got to figure something out, the news gets really fucking interesting, and didn't know what to do. I was like, man, let's just let this shit simmer for a minute. Let's like everybody just take a fucking breather for a second and see where we're at. You know what I mean? Fuck. But Dustblade, bringing up Dustblade, one, he's cool as fuck. Yeah, that's mainly the reason. But no, he Dustblade, you're thinking. Everybody's thinking, but Dustblade got me thinking. This is direction for the content. I'm overthinking it. Yeah, no fucking shit. Thank you, Dusk. You nailed that. You're overthinking it. As usual. You're doing fucking great, bro. Appreciate you. All y'all did. All y'all said I was doing great. Thank you. Y'all are too kind. I couldn't quit. No, I couldn't quit. I couldn't stop. I just don't know what to do. And there's an amount of energy I'm willing to put into this. So we're kind of just bouncing, trying to figure it out. So, Dustblade continues. You can pull out a book and tell us about a metal-ass historical event that you know about. Well, I attempted to. I like doing that. I love doing that. I love sharing stuff that I encountered. And then hearing from y'all, and hearing y'all stories, because y'all got some bangers. Jamin out there. Jamin, Manuel, whatever. Those Aussies. The Aussies got the fucked up stories. I love them. The Australians got the coolest fucking stories. Every time I think Texas or Appalachia's nuts as fuck, Australia has entered the chat. Y'all are too cool. I can't. And Dustblade, you out in Vietnam, ain't you? Holy shit. Fucking gringo living out in Vietnam. Got himself a baby mama and a kid he's taking care of. That's fucking metal as fuck, dude. Your life's fucking metal. You're like, I'm gonna go out in Vietnam. I don't know the language. I'm just gonna try this shit. Crazy. But anyways, you can talk about frontiersmen, crazy history of Appalachia. You can talk about Jesus and tea and blast metal on your porch while doing it. I mean, it's kind of what we do. Need to do another live vid, y'all. Need to do another live vid. Need to get that fucking straight. Just shit's fucking... It's just getting shit straight. Doesn't matter, you're hanging out with us every other day. That's worth it. Worth something, and you're naturally really easy to listen to. Man, you guys are so fucking sweet, dude. You guys are fucking awesome. All of y'all. God. I swear, y'all. I just... Y'all are cool. All y'all are. And, we can have our differences, y'all. We can have our differences. Let's just not shoot anybody in the fucking throat. Or silence anybody. Let's just not do that. And then he's talking about successful YouTube channel, the clickbaitiness, the effort. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I have the skills. It's just dedicating the time to it. And then you realize how many YouTube channels, like, there's guys behind the scenes that you don't see doing editing and shit like that, putting in lower thirds and graphics and chopping up vids so they can be in segments. I mean, you see that dude on the screen, it ain't him doing it all. He probably got a couple of dudes. That's just how it is. Oh, but Dustblade, you mentioned in books and shit like that. Hang on, Cat, we gotta move you for a second. Sit up here for a second. This Charlie Kirk shit, I'm gonna stay on this for just a second. It's relevant, I promise. I'm reading a book over here. Spanish Civil War. Battle for Spain, Anthony Beaver. Anthony Beaver's an amazing historian right here. I've also read Stalingrad, some of y'all know that, by the same author. And I got this one because it was Spain, sitting on the Spanish Civil War, by the same guy, and I was like, oh, I love this dude's stuff. I've been at this book for months, and I'm about that halfway point. His books will kick your ass. You'll get about halfway through, and you're like, I need to literally read anything else. You'll devour a novel within like a week. Or days after reading this. You'll read so much better. Not the point. Point is the Spanish Civil War. You know the Spanish Civil War? Come on now. Gibson King, Valley, some love. Y'all, man, Supernatural Addiction's an amazing album. Fearless Undead's an amazing album. Justin's got a bunch of new shit of theirs coming up for sale. Best of and a demo collection. I have Look of the Corpse. It's good. It's different. If you're thinking like this or anything else that you've heard, like the demos don't sound like this. They sound completely different. They had an entirely different vibe, an entirely different thing going on. So just know that if you're going to listen to the Deceased demos, they sound different. So, but they're still good. Still good. But when you hear those and you hear this again, you're like, this is better. This is the money shot right here. I love me some Deceased. I've been listening to this album since it came out back in the 90s. This is the Hell's Headbanger reissue because I lost my original copy. I still got my original Fearless Undead Machines there. So, yeah. Justin's got that shit. Y'all know that. Go listen to it on YouTube if you don't believe me. If you want to go get a copy, you know who to go to. So the Spanish Civil War, before the war kicked off, there was a bunch of different political groups, and I mean like 5 or 6, or a bunch of different parties out there. They were... That's a good high screen. Slam part. Yeah. So there are a bunch of different political parties in this. And the Habsburg Dynasty, I'm sure you all know that name. The Habsburg Dynasty kind of ruled Europe for about 1,000 fucking years. There was always a Habsburg name for like almost 1,000 years in some kind of royalty in Europe. It's crazy. So Spain had just lost their last Habsburg male with that name. Because they had males, but they had mom's name or whatever, something like that. So anyway, Spain got rid of that. That guy died, and they were like, the people were like, fuck that, dude, we're not having royalty anymore. And what's funny is all the political factions kind of agreed with that. Left, right, they were all like, yeah, let's get rid of the dynasty. That's where the problem started, though. When they agreed, that wasn't the good thing. They were all like, let's get rid of the dynasty. Yeah. Well, who should be in charge next? Me. No, me. So about 5 or 6 political parties, they all started grouping together into bigger groups and bigger groups. Youth movements and stuff like that. It got really heated. It got really heated. And those political dudes started whacking each other. Started killing each other. That's how this shit started taking off. Because eventually the military chose a side. The military chose a side. And that was the side that was victorious. Now, the military was fractured itself. There were officers of the ship that want to go one way, and the sailors that want to go another way, so they had some mutiny issues on their boats. And that also happened with some of the military bases as the infantrymen went one direction while the officers went a different direction. And it was never concrete. If you went to one officer class, one officer, that officer would be left wing, and the soldiers would be right wing. And then you go to the next company, and it'd be the inverse. The officer was right wing, and the troops were a bunch of shit. But the military got that shit squared away, while everybody was shooting each other in the fucking streets over their fucking political parties. The military got its shit in order. It wasn't a pretty thing, but they did get it in order. I'm telling you all of this for a fucking reason. So these political parties start whacking each other. The military's in a little bit of a civil war. They get their shit together. They choose a fucking side. The war kicks off in earnest. Then the propaganda starts. There were people that actually believed the communists won this because the propaganda was so good. The propaganda was so good that the communists would walk into villages and the people would not fight because they thought they'd already lost. And then the fascists would come in and just kill everyone. Or anyone that stood against them. So sometimes the communists would be like, hey, we took it without a fight. But then they would just lose it because the military would show up with actual... Oh yeah, the military joined the fascists, the right wing. Which left wing... fascists and communists are both left wing. Anarchists are fucking right wing. Because anarchists want less and less and less government to where there's no government. That's a decentralization. Decentralization is on the right. Government controlling things is on the left. Fascist and communist are both left-wing. Fucking people, I can't believe I have to say this over and over again. I am far right, I am an anarchist. God damn it. You're a Christian, you take the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name is not God. The Lord's name is Yahweh. You'd be best to remember that. Back on what we were talking about. So, political parties, military got unified. They chose a side. That side ultimately won, but at the end of the day, the banks won. At the end of the day, everybody was broke and couldn't afford anything, and the banks just suddenly showed up with a magical central banking system, which was actually already there, but it didn't get power till after the smoke cleared. And the survivors, Franco, of the fascist party and his military, which everything was splinters, fractured, and broke. It's the reason why Spain didn't actually participate in World War II. Everybody kind of fucking wondered, well, was Spain doing all that, licking their wounds? And the central bank had nobody to stop them. So they just fully took over. And so, Civil War, guess who won? The banks. Left and right fought. It was actually left-wing and left-wing fought. Well, there actually were anarchists and right-wings in here, and they sided with the commies because it was just natural allies to them. And then they ended up going to the fascists because they realized the commies were not going to get anything done. And shit was just going to go back to the Habsburg dynasty. It was just going to go back to feudalism. The anarchists were like, fuck that dumb shit. We're going to go side with the military because we think we have more autonomy and more say. And the military was kind of like, don't fuck with these things and we won't bother you. And the anarchists were like, sounds good to us. You don't fuck with us over here doing our thing and neither of us shall meet. And the military and the anarchists just kind of shook hands like that. There's a reason I'm telling you this. I didn't mean to yell. Bro, calm down. Anyways, this is the reason I'm telling you this. This is what's happening in the United States right now. Jack, no! It's what's going on right now. It's what you're fucking watching. In a sense. You were watching a civil war. The civil war is like, we need a civil war now. Let's make this war go hot. Y'all been in this war. Who's that one fucking dude who's like a skater journalist and he's always got a beanie on his head because he's a Jew and he wears the yarmulke and shit? Y'all know who I'm talking about? Oh, man. Nerdy looking fucking guy. Anyway, yeah, say his name. Y'all know his name. I can't think of it. He's always got the beanie on his head. He said it years ago. He said years ago before even Trump won. Before even Trump announced. Oh, it was after Trump announced. He announced, but he hadn't won in 2016. And he was like, Tim Pool? Is that? No, Timcast. Timcast. That's Tim Pool, right? Got it. Nah, some of y'all commented already. Yeah, Tim Pool was like, no, we already are in a civil war. We already are. And it was like, think about it. During the actual civil war, there was only a couple altercations and it only happened in a couple places. And most of the people in the country didn't see it, didn't know anything about it. They just read about it. They just read about it. That's as far as they got to the closest they got to the war was just reading about it. It was states over. Guys, that's how it was going. I mean, when the Pacific Northwest tore itself apart, and then Chicago's always fucked up. But they tried it in the East Coast, and they only had a few strongholds, and like Boston was one of them. Boston, parts of New York, but that's typical for New York. Any New Yorkers out in the audience, the crowd? Cheers, love you guys, love New Yorkers. Wonderful history in New York. Oh my God, wonderful history in New York. So, anyways, we are in the battle for the U.S. So it's our version of the Spanish Civil War. And no matter who wins, the banks are going to win. Because we are going to fight. I'm going to go fight that guy I disagree with and his friends. You're not fighting the fucking banks, y'all. If you fight this war, we're going to go fight the other team. We're going to go fight the other political ideology that's not too far from our own. The banks will win. Because you're not going to fight the banks. You're not going to fight the money. And just know, while you're picking your fucking sides, the military of this country chose their side. When the military chooses a side, that side tends to win. Guys, just that's a heads up. When you can be angry at the other party all day long. Just know that both sides have blood on their hands. Neither side is a fucking hero. And neither side is going to fight the fucking banks and the fiat currency. Fight that enemy, not ourselves. You engage, if this war goes hot, we all lose. Banks will win. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are the shit. I'm doing it for y'all. I'm doing it with y'all. Michael was like, watching your shit's like a drug. And I'm like, filming it's like a drug. I have cattle pride, Appalachian warlord. See you next time.